Buckle up, folks. This podcast is all about diving into the good, the bad, and the ugly of our bodily, spiritual, and mental experiences. If you are not prepared to challenge your assumptions, laugh at yourself, laugh at me, or maybe even shed a tear or two, then you might want to look elsewhere. But if you're ready to get real, get honest, and get a little weird, then welcome to the Just Chrissy podcast. I'm your host, Chrissy McCammon. Welcome back, friends. This is Chrissy, the host of this podcast, Just Chrissy. Checking out my microphone here. I cannot believe including today, we only have 5 days left. I really feel like we could just go on forever talking about different subjects, but I really wanted to give you information in small chunks that give you just enough to know like why you're doing what you're doing, what you need to be doing. Hopefully you have had your notepad and pencil and have been making notes. Hopefully you've been sharing with your friends. I appreciate your support as I'm humbled by those of you who are actually listening, because I have said many times I do not see myself as a podcaster, had known nothing about it prior to starting this one, except for I had listened to a couple over the last 6 months or so and was like, wow, that's a really good way to get information out. But the ones I listened to are like an hour and a half. So my husband, on the other hand, is someone who's like, you have to make it short and concise so people can get the information and be done. So I was like, okay, that's what we're going to do for this 30 days anyway, because they are every single day for 30 days. We spent the last 3 podcasts talking about toxins. If you're just jumping in now, you really need to go backwards, because we started on the health reset on day 1 and then worked our way through 30 days. And they have kind of built in a lot of ways, because I talked about different subjects that and introduced different ideas and then built on them as the days went on. But as promised, I told you from listening to the 3 days of toxins, which I feel it's really important that you know about them. There's a lot more information I could share, but you just need enough to know that you need to be aware and you need to be paying attention to the ingredients in the products that you're using. I promised that I would give some switch outs, some things you could switch out, and I am going to do that today. That's what we're going to talk about today. So stay on for the whole time. Get your pen and paper handy so that you can make notes. I am going to put a bunch of links in the description to products that I mention. If I have them in my store or I have them available to me somehow, I will link them in there. Some of them you'll just have to go out and find. So one of the number one things that I would recommend that you change immediately, besides dumping the seed oils, because you need to do that immediately. Dump the seed oils. They are now showing studies that show that it can take up to 4 years to get those things out of your body. So get rid of them. Go back and listen to the podcast on the seed oils. Okay. The next thing would be laundry soap. Your children are wearing clothes on their body all day long. And if you look at the ingredients in the commercial, but I don't even care if it says fragrance free. Fragrance free is good, but it can still have phthalates. It can have the sodium laurate, all those things in it. So it's still caustic to you. You're rubbing those chemicals against your skin all day long. So some that I would recommend, but I'm sure there are others out there. In my store, I have Branch. Now, it's an investment at first, but in the long run, it's a lot less expensive, and you're not getting the chemicals. You can also use one that Young Living has. I like it. It's called Thieves. But I eventually have gotten to the point where I just love my DIY, and I actually sell Rooted in Wellness's laundry detergent, because it's a powder. I had a lot of friends that were just like, we don't want to make it. Like, we'll just buy it from you. So we have our own laundry detergent here at Rooted in Wellness, and I sell it for $15 a bag, and it does, I think it's 120 loads, normal loads. So I don't have a link to that though. You'll just have to reach out to me if you want it, because I didn't put it in my store yet. We're kind of like gauging the market. Do people want it? Do people just want to pop over to our house and pick it up? That sort of thing. So if you're interested, let me know. Dryer sheets. Get away from the dryer sheets. Buy wool dryer balls. And then I often have learned to not completely dry my clothes, but to pull them out before they get to the point where they're over dried and hang them up or whatever. But wool dryer balls, you can get them off of Amazon. Just go out and look for wool dryer balls. Another big one is deodorant. Get rid of your aluminum filled deodorant. But you also want to look at other things that are in the deodorant, but definitely get rid of the aluminum. We talked about that. So the one that I like to use, kind of settled on, is the Native brand, but you can make your own deodorant. There are DIY recipes out there for deodorant. Some people who don't have a lot of issues with, like when you're full of sugar and things like that, you're going to have a lot of issues with BO. But once you get your body balanced, it's not as bad. Some people just use like magnesium spray under their arms, and you can DIY that yourself, or you can buy it. Then hand soap at the sink. You can, it's the foaming hand soap. You can buy refillable foaming hand soap bottles on Amazon for a little bit of nothing. You buy some Dr. Bronner's Castile soap, Castile, and you would just maybe put like a quarter to a third in the bottom of the foaming soap container of the soap, and then just fill the rest of the way up with water. You can put essential oils in there, make it whatever scent you want it to be. To me, that's the least expensive way to have foaming hand soap. Love it. That's what I do. That's what we do at our church. However, you can buy Branch's foaming hand soap, which is in my store. And I think Young Living used to have hand soap too. I'll look and see. If they do, I'll put that link in the description. Dishwasher tablets. Branch in my store has dishwasher tablets, and I'll make sure to link that also in the description. Okay, the other big one is cleaning products. You, your pets, your children are walking around on chemical-filled floors all day, every day. And honestly, we spend tons and tons of money on chemicals. If you have not watched the movie Stink, I recommended it in one of the other podcasts, and I'm going to recommend it again. Please go watch that. So to replace cleaning things, you just need a couple simple things. One, you can just buy Branch's cleaning kit out of my store. It's excellent. I like it. I also like the Thieves Household Cleaner. And honestly, like, just get a spray bottle and put some vinegar and water. Like just some water with some vinegar in it. That's a great window cleaner. You can, for like soft scrub, because I have one of those jetted bathtubs, and so it's really difficult to clean. It gets soap scum on it. We use our tub a lot because I do a lot of detox baths. I do a lot of detox baths, and literally, if you want to do a detox bath, just do baking soda and Epsom salts, like a cup of each. You could throw some essential oils in there, and you just sit in there in hot water for like 20 minutes. You could add some bentonite clay if you want. But the tub ends up being pretty grummy. So I like to make my own soft scrub, and you take baking soda. If you want to use aluminum free, you can. I don't always for this type of thing. In my cooking, I do, but in this, I just regular Epsom salts and regular baking soda. Regular baking soda. You take get one of those boxes of the baking soda, dump it into a container, and then that Castile soap that I just talked about. So you're going to use these for multiple things. That Dr. Bronner's Castile soap, you just squirt it in there, mix it up with a spoon, get it to the consistency that you want it. If you want it crumbly, less Castile soap. You want it more like a soft texture, then just add a little bit more of the Castile soap. So you can also add, if you want it to smell good, you can add the Thieves Household Cleaner, or you can just add your choice of essential oils to that, and it's a wonderful product. So cleaning products, DIY the soft scrub. You can use vinegar for your windows. You can use Branch brand, which is in my store. And remember, if you set up an account in my store, let me know, because I'll give you 10% off of whatever you want to buy. And then the Thieves Household Cleaner, which is Young Living. I'll put Links to all of that. Toothpaste, you want something that does not have fluoride. I didn't even teach on fluoride because there's so much out there now showing us that it is awful. You do not need it. It was a lie. Look at the history of fluoride. So a toothpaste that does not have fluoride. I like some of these brands. However, I do try to keep an eye on these because they get bought out by bigger companies and then they change the ingredients and you're not paying attention. But I have used Hello, and I currently am using Native toothpaste. Young Living does have a toothpaste. I don't care for it. Maybe some people do. I didn't. I'm just going to be honest. Or if you really want to save money, if you're just trying to like switch over a lot of things at one time, you're like, listen, I just need to like do something. And sometimes I do this if I just get lazy and haven't bought any. You can do baking soda by itself. You can do baking soda mixed with coconut oil. You can do a little bit of bentonite clay in there. You could add some essential oils in there. Like you could literally make this recipe however you want. Another thing you can do for your teeth too is what they call oil pulling, and that's where you take the liquid coconut oil and you just, or I'm sorry, the fractionated, the fractionated coconut oil. It's harder. So there's a hard coconut oil and then there's one that's liquidy. You're going to take the one that's harder, let it melt down your mouth, swish it around 10, 20 minutes, and then don't spit it in the drain because it'll get hard again. You're going to have to spit it like in your garbage or something. If you replacing lotion, get rid of the lotion. Honest to goodness, use tallow. It's beef fat. I love it. I sell it. I do it unscented. I do it whipped, so it's nice and luxurious. I do it with essential oils. Another thing you can do is you could just render it yourself. Like go out to YouTube and look up rendering tallow. And if you're curious like I am, it's not that hard. It's just a little bit time consuming. You can do it yourself. But if you want to buy it, I have it. And then you could also just use olive oil. Like a good olive oil is great. It's a great lotion. I used to use that on my face all the time. I would put all kinds of different beautiful essential oils in there that's for the skin, like frankincense and lavender, blue cypress, like a whole bunch of them, and make a luxurious face oil. But you literally could just use lavender. Or you can even infuse your olive oil with plant like calendula. So there's lots of options. Get rid of candles. A lot of people have migraines and they don't recognize that the migraines are connected to these candles because what's in the air is chemicals. What you're smelling is chemicals. Get rid of the candles. Use, get a diffuser. Like Young Living has some kits. I do love their diffusers. I've tried cheaper ones. I don't like the cheaper ones. I do like theirs. But get a diffuser. They have kits that come with a bunch of oils. It's worth, I don't know, between $500 and $700, and you're getting it for $165, depending on what diffuser you get. If you get the Aria, which I love, it's a little bit more expensive. It's like $265 for the kit. But if you go with like the Desert Mist or one of the other ones, it's only $165. The other thing you can do is put essential oils on cotton balls. You can make sprays. All you have to do is look up DIY, like linen sprays. You can make these things out of essential oils. So these essential oils, they're amazing because you're going to get either a bottle that has about 80 drops or a bottle that has about 250 drops. It lasts forever. These bottles will last, well, not literally forever, but they last a really, really long time. So it's a good investment. And to get you away from the chemicals, and they serve a lot of purposes. Perfume. I use essential oils for my perfume. I don't wear perfume. Get rid of it. Fragrance has 17,000 chemicals that they don't have to tell you what it is. So get rid of it. You can make your own linen mist. I think I already said that. Here are some other things too that you need to be aware of. When you drink out of glass or steel containers. Try to get away from the plastic. Like lower your plastic intake. Another thing you don't want to do is microwave, although sometimes we do. But definitely do not microwave plastic. Do not microwave plastic. And another big thing, a lot of people are coffee drinkers. Purchase mold-free organic. I do have some in my store that I'll link into the description. But if you don't want to order it, I literally go to Aldi's and they do have an organic there. Don't know that it's mold free, but that is ideal. Like that's ideally what you want, but you got to do what you can afford. And then if you use CBD, you need to be aware of this. Hemp is how people clean up chemical land that's been doused with chemicals. They'll plant hemp or sunflowers, and they are really good at sucking the chemicals up into the plant. So if you are purchasing your CBD, you need to make sure that it is organic, like USDA organic hemp, and not like a lot of people are like, oh yeah, that's really expensive, and I can get it for $10 at the dollar store or wherever you get it, the Unimart. You have to recognize that it's cheap for a reason. If you're getting anything quality, it's going to cost you. Sunflowers also, they use the sunflower plant because it also will do the same thing. So stay away from the seed oil, sunflower seed oil. Anyhow, so I know I rambled through really quickly. Hope you made notes. If you have any questions, please reach out. And also don't forget there's an app called the Switch and Natural. I think it's Switch and Natural. Let me look here real quick. But it costs you, but you, yes, Switch Natural. It costs you like $19 or $20, but you can do all of your skincare products. You can check and see if it's actually clean or not. EWG is another source that a lot of people use, like type in the product and EWG and it'll give it a rating. Think Dirty app is another app that people are using to check products to see how clean they are. And again, you just have to pick the best of your evils. Like, you're not going to be perfect all the time, but start eliminating these things out of your life. The quicker you can get them out, the more quickly you can be getting further in your wellness journey. So, hey, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a great day.